The M4 iMac is undoubtedly a powerful and visually appealing machine, but when we look beyond the sleek design and marketing, several features may be considered unnecessary for most users. If you're considering upgrading, it's worth taking a moment to assess whether these features are really worth the investment. One of the first things to consider is the ultra-high-resolution 5K Retina display. While impressive on paper, this level of display resolution is simply overkill for the average user, especially those who mainly work with productivity applications, web browsing, or content streaming. Yes, it's crisp and colorful, but for most, the difference between 4K and 5K on a 24-inch screen is hardly noticeable in day-to-day usage. It's a feature that sounds luxurious, but the benefits may not match the extra cost for those who don't work in specialized fields like video editing or professional photography. The M4 iMac also boasts an upgraded Face ID feature. While Face ID is convenient, many users find Touch ID or traditional passwords just as secure and practical for a desktop environment. Face ID may streamline logins by a fraction of a second, but in a non-mobile device like an iMac, the convenience factor is limited. For the typical user sitting at a desk, this feature feels like a redundant add-on that inflates the price without offering a substantial improvement in the user experience. Next, let's talk about the inclusion of Wi-Fi 7. Although it's exciting that Apple is keeping up with advancements in wireless technology, Wi-Fi 7 is far from being a household standard. Most routers today operate on Wi-Fi 5 or 6, and for everyday users, the speeds provided by Wi-Fi 6 are more than sufficient. Wi-Fi 7 will undoubtedly become more relevant in a few years, but until infrastructure catches up, this feature is just not essential. It's future-proofing that's unlikely to impact current users, making it an unnecessary selling point in today's landscape. Apple has also introduced an upgraded Magic Keyboard with custom function keys specific to iMac functionality. While some users might appreciate shortcuts tailored to macOS features, these custom keys are hardly game-changing. Most users are accustomed to accessing macOS shortcuts directly from a keyboard, so this addition feels more like a minor enhancement that could be achieved through software updates rather than a hardware upgrade worth paying for. Another debatable addition is the base M4 chip configuration. Apple has made great strides in efficiency and performance with their in-house silicon, but for standard tasks like web browsing, streaming, or basic productivity, the M4's entry-level model is likely overqualified. This model may appeal to professionals handling resource-intensive work, but many users will find that the M3 or even M2 models from recent years are more than sufficient. It's a powerful chip, but for everyday tasks, it offers more performance than most people need, and a simpler model would save on cost without sacrificing the user experience. The improved thermal system in the M4 iMac also falls under scrutiny. This feature is designed to support the power of the M4 chip during prolonged, intensive sessions. However, for most iMac users who don't rely on their computers for heavy gaming or rendering tasks, the enhanced cooling system is overbuilt for the job. The M4's efficiency and improved cooling work together to make the device quieter and cooler under pressure, but it's arguably more beneficial for professionals than regular users who seldom push their devices to this level of strain. Finally, Apple's expanded selection of color options sounds appealing, but has little impact on performance or functionality. Apple knows that iMac users enjoy customization, and the colors are undoubtedly trendy, yet most users place their machines in a static setup where the color choice is rarely noticed. While it might add a dash of personality to a home office, color options have no effect on your computing experience and don't justify the iMac's higher price. In summary, Apple's M4 iMac has several features that seem tailored to niche audiences or future-proofing but lack practical value for the average user. For those who want a powerful, attractive desktop computer, it may be worth considering earlier models that offer almost everything the M4 does, at a more accessible price point. If these 7 features sound unnecessary for your needs, you may want to rethink whether the M4 is worth the investment or if it's best to wait for more meaningful upgrades in the future.